Earlier today, Governor Andrew Cuomo was a guest on WAMC Northeast Public Radio with Alan Chartock. Audio is available here. A rush transcript of the governor's interview is below. Alan Chartock, good afternoon. What about you, Governor? No good afternoon? Governor Cuomo, I said good afternoon. I don't think I was connected at the time. I think he's selective in who he connects, when he connects them. Alan Chartock, well, who do you think signs his paycheck? Governor Cuomo, censorship. It's censorship. Alan Chartock, here we are with Governor Andrew Cuomo, who is about to give a very substantial or important, not substantial, important speech at the Democratic National Convention, the virtual convention. Governor, that's got to be a tough one for you. You know, your dad made history with his incredible speech which had Walter Cronkite saying there goes the next president of the United States on the radio, on the television. So how formidable is that in terms of, you know, Dr. Freud, psychology and all that? Governor Cuomo, well, it's a good question. I've spoken at conventions before and actually in situations that were more analogous to a convention speech, right? My father's was the keynote so he had much more time. It was like a half an hour that speech. And when you give, that was a speech, that's in a room, there is feedback from the audience, there are applause, that's a speech, and I've given other convention speeches in that environment, not as long and not the premium position, but those were more analogous. This is a virtual convention so they are video remarks. You know, it's not a speech, you're not at a podium, you're seated at a table. I was given 5 minutes which is actually one of the longer periods of time. There are people speaking for 1 or 2 minutes. So it's apples and oranges, this one versus a real convention speech. But in the 5 minutes I'm pleased with what I say, the argument that there is a national crisis. I use a metaphor, I say the COVID virus itself is a metaphor for the ailment that we're facing because a virus attacks the body when the body is weak, and the American body politic is weak because the American body politic is divided and it's never been this divided before. That's why we are susceptible to the virus, and then the federal government, which is a metaphorical immune system, was incompetent to respond. I like that divisive you will, to the extent you can have a divisive 5 minutes, but I think that's true. You know, it's not COVID, it's not just the George Floyd tension. It's what it is evidencing. It's evidencing a divided nation, and a divided nation is weak. It's evidencing a government that can't respond. It says not functional, and I really believe, Alan, I don't get into it in the speech, but I think this is going to be a transformational moment in politics. Actually, I'm working on a book at the same time, and I did say this in the book. This could be an FDR transformational moment.